Greetings from the Eccentric Man, and today's battle is the Battle for Saipan Scenario 2, and it's the Japanese counterattack, US Marines on defensive. The Eccentric Man YouTube channel is kindly sponsored by Lost Ark Games. Get your Christmas presents there and get your order in, online or in store. Scenario 2 of our Invasion of Saipan game with Colin tonight.
Yep.
So we're not playing for a little while again.
No.
So this is the board, and the US, because we're playing Scenario 2, it's the counterattack by the Japanese. I'll go through the objectives a little bit more when we go through the initial setups and through the army lists. But not only is there the scenario type counterattack, you then have to go further back to look at what the victory points are at the beginning, and that's 1 point for each unit killed, and if Colin kills one of my HQ, he gets 2 points for that. Then you add that onto the objective costs. We've swapped the sort of board around a little bit because the US Marines are supposed to be on the edge of the water, just holding on after the debacle of the last one where I got shot up in the water. We have made it ashore, apparently. So we're going to be protecting our little headquarters. So we've got 3 objectives, one placed here. It's 12 inches from the board here. One in the centre, 6 inches in, and another one over this side. Where is it? Oh, there it is, round trees. Over there, that's again 12 inches in. And they are going to be worth 1 point each to me if I can hold them.
2 to me.
And 2 to Colin if he can hold them. So that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
With my army, I took some barbed wire, so I've put them down to the flanks. And barbed wire can be driven over by tanks, but for infantry, they've got to roll a 6 to get through it. So, we never know. It may be useful. Might be useful in it. So, Colin's army is twice the size of mine. So I've got 750 points and Colin is going with 1500. So, what do you got, Collie?
Right, what we've got straight off, obviously the Amphibious Tank, which is a KAMI, no idea what that is.
It looks funky.
It does look funky. It's only armour 7 and with a low-powered anti-tank gun on it. A couple of machine guns, a 105 medium howitzer, regular. You've then got, what we got there, we've got a spotter, first lieutenant and 2 veteran guys, a veteran flamethrower, a bomber, a suicide bomber, God knows why I put that in because you haven't got tanks, but there you go. A veteran sniper at the front there. Some night infiltrators. Veterans. Then on the back row, we've got obviously
stick weavers,
inexperienced. We then got a unit of regular with 3 light mortars in there, grenadiers. I've then got a unit of regular infantry, a veteran engineer squad with flamethrower in it, and another regular infantry squad. Double heavy machine gun.
Oh yes.
We want to try that. It works so well.
It worked well in defence.
In a bunker, but right along with it, I don't know. And a medium mortar. Both those are regular. So that's pretty much it for the attack.
Right, okie dokie. Perhaps I'll go through one rather than just a stationary picture. So here are the Marines. It is all a regular, which is interesting for me anyway. I normally take something which is veteran, but all of these are regular. So I've got a regular officer on the left there, one with a rifle, his mate with a rifle, and he's got a Thompson. And then I've got 4 units of regular Marines. 2 of them have got 3 bars, and 2 have got 2 bars in them. 9 men apiece, and the NCOs have got submachine guns, and that's them. We've got a medium machine gun on the left, which is over there, and we've then got a light anti-tank gun in the middle, and I've taken canister with it, so that should be interesting. And we've got a shoulder-held mortar, not a bazooka, it's a shoulder-held mortar, and it fires direct, and it's a 2-inch template. And then we've got another machine gun, which is going to be the bar with 3 men, so it'll be a machine gun in my mind. And then I've got the 4 bits of barbed wire, which I've put out already, and that takes it up to 750 points-ish, just about. So the scenario, as we say, Colin has got to come on, and because we've swapped it around, he'll be coming on from the left, and it's going to be, he's decided it's going to be rough ground from the shallow water up to the midway point, where that sort of rock is at the far end. That's about middle, isn't it?
That's it.
And then it will be normal ground for the rest of it. It's going to be night fighting rules, so lob a die, roll 2 dice.
2d6, I think.
2d6, isn't it? Plus 6 inches.
Something like that, yeah.
I think something like that. We'll have to have a quick little look at it just to revise our
knowledge of that one.
Yeah, revise about what we're going to do with that one. So the night fighting, it's an 8 turn if we get that far, and we've got to see if the Marines can hang on. So I've set up my my army. I've got my Marines on the objective on that side. I've got me little mortar man over there, a machine gun, another unit of Marines. To the far side, we then got another unit of Marines. Oh no, sorry, I lie. No, we have got another unit of Marines. We've got 2 Marine units in the middle, and then we've got our medium machine gun. We've got our light anti-tank gun. Next to them is another unit of Marines. And I think that's about it for me. So Colin's going to set his up, decide what he's going to do, and we'll look at the when we start.
My bomb man's not on. Don't know what to do with it.
Right, Colin's put on the Japanese. We've got the heavy machine gun, the twin heavy machine gun coming on this side, and we've got a flamethrower.
A flamethrower.
The engineers.
No, not the engineers. Just
Right, so it's a flamethrower and a unit of infantry.
Yep.
And then we've got a little spotter man behind the rock. Mortar has come on into the middle. And we've got our stick fighting
bamboo men. They're normal, regular.
Yeah.
Then I think I've got the engineers.
Yeah.
And then the grenadiers.
Yeah.
Howitzer, tank, and commander.
Okie-dokie. And over here behind this rocks are the infiltrating night fighters, sniper,
and the spotter for the mortar.
And the spotter for the mortar. So that's them, and we're going to go into turn 1. Remembering it's night fighting, so we'll see how we go with this. So with the flare up into the air, lighting the beach, I have got a shot at the stick wielding Japanese. What are they called? Bamboo fighters. Bamboo fighters. They are green, and I've just killed 3 of them and the NCO. So Colin is going to take a roll to see what happens with them being green.
1 to 6.
1 to 6.
Oh, shoot.
And it's a 1, so that's 6 pins, isn't it?
It is 6 pins, and they go down. And they go down. Investigate their own whatevers.
Yeah. So that was quite a good result for me.
That was a very good result, Ken. Let's face it.
That was a cracking result.
You ought to explain about the flares.
Oh yeah. We decided there is a flare in this game, so. There is the US ship off the coast.
Whatever it was called.
Caroline? No.
Something like that.
That was a pirate radio station, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
USS California.
California.
Assisted by 2 destroyers, cruised off the west coast of Saipan, firing illumination star shells to light up danger spots from which surprise attacks may be.
So we thought we'd go with that, and for this turn I rolled a 6 even, and got a flare up in the air. So I've got a good view down the beach, and I can see all these running up. Isn't that nice?
It's tremendous. And it will soon disappear.
It will soon disappear, and I won't be able to see them at all, and they'll just creep up on me and kill me.
Well, you know.
Something new for the game, and it is the shoulder-fired T20 mortar. Shoulder-fired mortar. And we are going to be firing at the little bamboo fighters down the beach. It's a medium mortar, it's got a 60-inch range, so I think I'm going to be over that.
Will you be,
I'm going to be over 30 inches, aren't I?
Only just, but yeah. We could measure it.
Oh, it might be best to measure it. Yeah, go on.
Hold on, boy. So you're over there, aren't you? No, yeah, that's 30.
Right, yeah. So, so they're going to hit them on a 3.
They're down.
Down 5.
5s.
Oh, that's better.
It's better than 6.
That is better than a 6. So we've got a 3 there, and let's see if we can get the dice somewhere.
Yay! Hit.
So that is a hit. So it's a 2-inch template, I think.
Just roll 1 dice, Ken. You've only got to kill 1. And then
Oh yeah, because they got 1 pin, haven't they? They've got 7 pins. Yes, I've put, because of the 6 for them green and getting a 1.
Yeah!
Yes, okay then, we'll roll to
So
see how many.
what we'll say is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6. You've got to get in and put 1.
Yeah.
2 penetration, isn't
Right,
it?
I'll roll to see what we get.
Yeah.
So, Colin's worked it out. We need 6 dice, and we're on -2 penetration.
And you've got 6 ones, Ken.
Oh, really?
No.
So we've killed
4.
4.
Yeah.
And D3 pins, isn't it?
D3.
D3 pins. Oh, let's get those 2 dice out of the way.
Yep. Just roll it.
Just bear with me. Well, it's going to be 1 at least, isn't it?
1.
So 1 pin, so that takes them up to 8 and they
go anyway.
Yeah.
You killed 4, didn't you, anyway?
Yeah, killed 4.
But they all go.
And they all go. Wow, that was... I've had a bit of luck with this flare up in this turn.
You have kind of, yeah. Remind me not to do that again.
A roundup of turn 1. So got a flare in the air, as they say, and there was a mortar team in the water. A mortar in the water. However, my machine gun over there did take a shot at him and put 2 kills on it, which was quite outstanding. And then Colin, sadly for him, failed his leadership test, and they went poof and gone. So they were away. So, and you know that we've already taken out the stick-wielding guys there from unfortunate green test, which gave them six pins, and you don't really get that very often. But Colin did.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing.
No.
I'm not.
No.
Because it happens to me, those sort of things. So tanks come on and did different things, and we did put a little shot on the men here, and did put a pin on them. So that was okay.
One, I think.
The big artillery piece, well, the medium artillery piece, fired at my my light anti-tank gun, and that failed to hit this turn. He did an indirect pop on that. The infiltrators have infiltrated round to the side of the big rocks. They're trying to find their way to try and get into my little men without giving themselves as a target. Sniper failed. Oh no, he did hit, didn't he? He hit and put 1 pin on my machine gun. Sorry about the aerial view as we run across. So he put 1 pin on them. My light anti-tank took a shot at the heavy machine gun. And did we miss at all? We did miss, didn't we?
You missed it all.
We did miss.
Yep.
And Colin moved up his little guys on the flank, and I had these on ambush, and I did take a shot at them.
You did.
And put a pin on them.
Didn't kill, but...
Didn't kill, so that was that. So we're going to see if there's a flare up this time. So, Colin, do you want to roll the dice and see if we get one?
Yep. Nope.
What have we got? A
Nope.
3.
3.
So it would need a 4, 5 or 6 to get a flare, so there's no flare this turn. You really have to laugh. I've decided that I was going to remove 1 pin for my machine gun team, and I rolled a double 6. I blame the Spanish for this, because those are the dice that came through from my Spanish friends, and they sent me 2 dice, and I blame them because I used them. But the irony of it is that Colin, in the first turn, decided he was going to do the same with his Japanese.
The Grenadiers.
To the Grenadiers, to get rid of their 1 pin, and he rolled a foo bar as well. And that's where they went, backwards. Now, I'm going to roll a dice to see what happens. 4, that's exactly what Colin rolled. And my machine gun team run backwards. So they are not going to be dug in, they are going to run out to the back. So they keep their pin, and they will run to the back of the board.
Wow.
So what a good result that was all round.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
With no flare and it being night, not a lot's happened there, apart from the units that ran away. So obviously they got spooked in the night, and they heard something and they didn't like the sound, so they've run off. But everything else for Colin has moved forward, and well, most everything. Tanks come up. These 2 units have come up,
Everything's come up.
And the little night infiltrators are hovering. But everything else moved. And for me, I just put everything on ambush because there wasn't very much else I could do. With the night fighting, it's 2d6 plus the modifiers, and there was no modifiers really apart from Colin moving, and that would have made it 18-inch range, and I couldn't see anything within 18 inches. So we're going to move into turn 3 now. Well, no flare this turn, so very difficult to spot things. Colin moved up his little tank to try and take a shot at my Marines in the on the objective, but he couldn't see them. He didn't roll enough. Everything else is moving forward. I did in this, as you can see, I've got my little mortar team, my shoulder mortar team is dead. But how did this come about? Well, I moved them, so that allowed for a modifier of 6 for the firing. And you remember 2d6 to hit them, plus the modifier. So these 2 units moved up and failed to hit. And I moved the little men up here after the tank had moved. Unfortunately, for me, the infiltrators, night infiltrators, came through and they were in a position where they couldn't fail to hit. And Colin did need 6s to hit, but he did manage that and killed both of them. So that was a bit harsh because that was probably the only thing there that can put a pin on this tank. My medium artillery hasn't got the angle to be able to shoot at it because there is this tree in the way. This clump of trees. As we said, these were going to be that you couldn't shoot through them. So that's causing that a bit of a trouble. On the plus side, there was a sniper team that moved up earlier and took a shot at these 2, just using their normal rifles, and missed. But because they had fired and moved, that was a plus 12 modifier. So my unit of infantry, with my 3 bars over here, took a shot at them, hit 4 times out of 6. They needed 5s to hit, and I hit 4 and then rolled 3, 5 or 6s it was to kill, and I rolled 3 over 5, and that killed the sniper team. So they've gone off. So dice wise, there's 3 to the Americans and 1 to the Japanese. On this far side, not much happening. The heavy machine gun has moved up, flamethrower team has moved up, and the infantry unit has moved up. And I've not got much over there actually. I've just got the unit of Marines on the objective. I do have the artillery piece here, and that has canister. But again, it's going to be tricky because of the line of sight blocking stone, and then these 2 big clumps of type mangrovey type stuff is going to severely block that line of sight, I think. So going into turn 4, we're going to have to think about how we can deal with this tank, which is going to be pretty tricky. End of turn 4, and it was a flare turn. The Japanese have moved up. The tank here rolled up quite close to the Marines, and I stayed up and did get shot, but only I think I lost 1 and got a pin, didn't I? Mm-hmm. And then I tried to activate them, and I failed my leadership test, and they went down, which probably was quite a good idea. The infiltrators came round, and
I think you just put a pin on you, didn't you?
Yeah, there should be an extra pin there, shouldn't there?
Yeah, it's 2 pins.
2 pins. There should be 2 pins. So 2 pins for them now. Over here, the machine gun team. They did fire, but then they got fired back on. And they've got 1 pin. I have done a little bit of damage to this Japanese team in the middle. Colin moved up and fired at the unit here with 2 units of Japanese and put a pin on 2 pins on them, but I passed the leadership test. And even with the 1 pin, they still did a little bit of damage on those. And then I advanced these ones up and put them out. There is a reason to it. So we're trying to outflank Colin on this side. And I did manage to get some more shots on there, so the unit is down to 4. Over here, the medium machine gun took a shot at Colin's heavy machine gun and killed one and put a pin on them. But I had to change the direction of my light anti-tank gun to try and get a shot on that tank. And we did manage to get one, but we couldn't penetrate, but it did put a pin on it. So it's going to take a test next turn. So you never know. It's got one pin. And the heavy machine gun did kill one of the Marines on the guns. So I've got one pin and one man dead. The unit of Japanese on the far side kind of went to advance them to get in a position to shoot and failed the leadership test, and they went down, which was a bit of a bonus to me. The little flamethrower team has run up behind the big stone, hoping to get a bit of cover there, which I think it probably will. These ones fired at the unit, but I forgot they'd gone down, so they didn't actually do anything. So into turn 4, interesting. Do you want to roll a dice, Collie, to see if we're going to have a flare for the next turn?
I severely hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a flare for the next turn. Whoa, it's light again. Let there be light.
Oh, I don't know why.
I'm not sure how that's going to work, though.
Well,
we'll see how we go with the dice. Well, first dice out was Colin's. And he charged, but because I was down in the dug in, so I'm in trenches and that, it's simultaneous because it's a sort of obstacle. Well, it might not be. I've just had a little thought that's wriggled into my head.
Go on.
Have a look at dug in the back. We'll be back.
You only had 6.
Yeah, so
5 vets.
I had 6 men. 2 riflemen, 2 riflemen
bars,
and a submachine gun, which gave me 3 tough fighters and 3 bars. With 6 men, I managed to get 5
vets.
5 vets. Killed 5 vets because I needed 5s or 6s. I'm only regular, and Colin did. I think you probably did 7, didn't you?
Probably, but
because they're all tough fighters, so they would get a second hit, and Colin rolled.
Lots.
6. Was it 6 or 5 for the first roll?
4. I think I rolled 4.
Rolled 4, wasn't it?
And then rolled and got another 3. So I think it was 7.
So 7. So all that's left is one Japanese man, but he is holding the objective. So that's I don't think I've got very much I can do there. But yeah, that was very bloody.
That was fun.
That was very bloody.
I thought that was going to be easy for me.
Yeah, I did not think it was going to be like that. Oh dear.
That was when you actually think of it, 6 regulars.
Yeah.
Killing 5 vets.
Yeah.
That's not bad going.
That was not bad going.
That's not bad going. Take out of this shooting.
You can have a bit of trump. Yeah. This unit here, I've got 1 pin, and I thought I'd give them a leadership test to get rid of the pin. I'd moved my officer up to do it, and what did we get? Double 6 is a foobar. Now I've got to roll another dice to see what we get.
Unless you run away or.
So 1 to 2, it's going to be a friendly fire incident, and 4, 5, 6 are going to run away. 5, so they run backwards.
Ooh,
I didn't want that.
Was getting victories by failing.
Well, this unit here has got a pin on it, so I'm going to have to take a leadership test to see what they will do. And lo and behold, another double 6. So we're going to have another roll to see what happens. 2. Now this is a friendly fire problem, and we're going to work out what it is. So we've got units within
12. I think that's within 12.
Well, yeah, possibly not. We'll see. We'll have a measure and we'll come back.
So you've only got 5 dice left.
Well, we've looked at the foobars and just worked it all out again. And Colin would take control of this unit, and they would fire at a unit of his choice, but that unit must be within 12 inches of one of his units. And unfortunately, nothing is. These ones are just outside, and nobody else is within 12 over here. So what actually happens is that they go down, which is probably not as bad as it could have been for me. So last dice of the turn, and Colin has run his flamethrower team up, which is really close to my units here. It's going to be a real interesting thing to see what happens. They did lose 2 men from some long-range shooting from the Japanese, and that was pretty good. So they do have... they did lose their pin because I fired back and killed one and put a pin on the Japanese unit at the back. I couldn't see the little flamethrower team who's been hopping behind as best cover as they can. So that's going to be a consideration to who fires first. Unfortunately, it was a big mortar round, well, big artillery round from the medium artillery, wiped out my light anti-tank gun, which was a bit of a shame. So the tank has got a possible free range this turn. Well, it could have had a free range last turn. However, it failed its leadership test and had to go down and reverse back. There's still this little man by the objective. The 2 foo bars for me has meant that this unit is down with a pin still, and this unit is on the backboard with a pin, so they are a bit tricky. I tried firing up the middle, well, from my middle to there, and just put a pin on them. Didn't kill one this time around, but they've got another pin on them, so they're going to have to take a leadership test. What else have we lost? Yep, we did lose the medium machine gun in here because the Japanese have advanced into the scrub and the bushes there. Yeah, so we're moving into turn 6, and we got a flare.
God, not again. I don't want to see it. Yes.
And we got a flare?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we got a flare. So it's light up the sky again time. Into turn 6. Into turn 6, and the Japanese are really consolidating on this point here. And the little infiltrator's gone around, popped another 2 shots on these. I've tried to run them up, but passed their leadership test and ran them up here. I thought I might get a chance to do something, but not going to get it there. Unfortunately, the little unit in the middle, although it passed its leadership test, brought it out. It's not going to do very much because there's only 3 of the men left on there. They did lose 4 men from a hit from the artillery piece, and that was the downfall for them. Once out in the open, but it was a 5 that Colin needed, and that's what he got.
It was. I got
well,
6,
in fact,
actually.
I got 6,
yeah,
wasn't it?
6,
Yeah, you
but
got 6.
I'm sure.
Over here, the flamethrower came up, flamed them, and put 2 pins on them, and I failed my leadership test, and they were dead and gone. So the objective has lost there. So all I've got left really is the 3 men up there, the officer, and 1 man on the medium machine gun, the officer team, and the little unit here. Oh, there it is. So the officer is going to give the command for make your ways as best you can on your own out of the jungle to wherever you can, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere. Colin's got 2 of the objectives, so that's 2 points there, and it's 2 points over here, and here's 5 dice up, which turns out to 10 because you get 2 points for each.
2 for each one.
2 for each one.
9
so that's,
then. 9.
So that's
9. 2 each. 4, 5, 9.
That's 10
Why is it 10?
because you've killed 5 of mine.
Yeah. And I've got 2 of your objectives, 2 each.
4. Oh yeah, sorry, 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Do I get an extra one?
You get 2 for each of those dice. So that's 10.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
No, I thought, no, it's even.
No, I only get 1.
No,
you get
that's
2.
that's the objectives.
No, have a look at the victory
Can't be
conditions.
right. That's not fair.
Yeah, victory conditions right at the beginning
Oh, really?
of the book, yeah.
Okay.
So you get 10 points for that.
Cool.
And you get 4 points for the objectives. So that takes you to 14. And I've got 3 dice. So that's 3,
4, 3, 2.
3, and an objective takes me to 4. So with my calculations, you win by 10. I really think my losing that 3 units in 1 turn, and 2 foo bars in a row, with the 2 units that could have come out.
I don't think I get double points.
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah. Go to the next conditions. No, not that one. No, right near the beginning of the book. Victory conditions. Down at the bottom.
Okay.
This is the problem that we find with the campaign book. There are 3 lots of objectives. Can't even say objectives. There's the ones which are the basic one for scenarios types, which Colin's looking at now, which is the one about the units. Yep. Mm-hmm. Then there's one. Probably there's some on the counter-attack.
It says
one.
Here.
Yep.
The US player scores 1 point
Yep.
for each Japanese unit destroyed.
Yep.
The Japanese player scores 1 point for each American unit destroyed.
I thought it said 2. Oh, is
2
it 2
points for each American headquarters.
Oh, it's closer then.
So yeah, that is only 5.
That's only 5 plus is 9 then.
9.
No, you were right then.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, 9 plays
3.
4.
4, yes.
Oh, I'm much happier now.
That's it.
9 plays 4. Will we edit that last bit out? Nah, we'll leave it in.
Yes, sounds good. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. So so another win to the Japanese. Oh dear. On to scenario 3.
Well, we finally got to the end of the totting up process. Yeah. Partly right I was, but partly wrong. So the problem is that it is spread out from the scenario to the battle type and then to the catch-all right at the front of the book. So it is a bit of a pain with it, really. Anyway, another good battle. The Marines coming off worse again. But it was close, and I think having the flare going up did help the US Marines. But unfortunately, I think that FUBAR and losing those 3 units in that one turn was certainly the death knell. And that really did for them. But there we are. The barbed wire worked well, I thought, on the side, stopping the Japanese getting through. So it did funnel them into the front a bit. But once my bazooka had gone, and once my and I couldn't get the gun with the canister to fire properly, couldn't get it into the right positions. But I think that's how it goes. So a good game. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and look out for the notifications. Scenario 3 has been played, and I'll be editing that to get that up and running on the YouTube channel fairly soon. But until the next time, take care.